Assalamualaikum and very good afternoon to Madam Rosita Mengen. My name is Muhammad Iqmal Darwishi.
And my name is Muhammad Iqbal Hazlillah.
So today we are going to present about the topic 5, which is record and information access, storage and retrieval.
Yes, so basically we are going to explain overall in topic 5 and make it short just to make you understand from our opinion.
Yes, basically in this topic, we got 5 different subtopics, which is the first one is the business process mapping and the workflow process.
And the second one is access control.
The third one is the active storage system.
And the fourth one is search and retrieval process.
And last but not least is the metadata and metadata standards. So without further ado, I'm going to start with the first subtopic, which is the business process mapping and the workflow process. So we are going to make it short and really clear based on our knowledge and understanding. So the first one is the goal of the business process is basically for the RIM bring professional partner with the stakeholder to ensure the new system process comply with the regulation and mitigate risks. And then the second one is the business process also got their own analysis, which is reviewing the practices for efficiency and automation. So business process got their own mapping as the subtopic above. It's helped to visualize how the work is done based from the activities, roles and responsibility. And digital workflow also get their own example, such as the P2P and the e-procurement. Basically, it's about the automated purchasing system and trends to use AI, RPA, predictive analytics, and the blockchain.
So thank you, Iqmal. And I'm going to. So thank you, Iqmal, for the overall explanation about the business process. So I'm going to explain about access control. So what is access control is identifying users and granting privileges to information or systems. So types of access control, there are 6 types of access control, which is physical, logical or technical, authorization, administrative, cloud computing and social media. So the first one is physical, is control access to the physical environment. For the logical is control access to electronic system. And for the authentication is proof of identity. And for the authorization, to confirm permission based on role or responsibilities. And also administrative to control by policies, procedures, training and monitoring. And also cloud computing is for requires evaluating the provider security and negotiating the SLA/EOS. And the last one is social media for requires clear policies to limit risks.
Thank you, Iqbal.
Yes.
So I'm going for the next subtopic, which is the active storage system. So the purpose of the active storage system is basically for store record for daily access and use retention requirement dictate medium choice. So that's the data types categories. The first one is the structured data. It's basically about the organized in the formatted repositories. For example, like a database, highly searchable. And then the second one is the semi-structured data. So it's not in the database but has a metadata. For example, it's a web page and XML. And then the third one is the unstructured data. It's basically about the information that doesn't conform to conventional model. For example, scan letter, difficult to search. So basically, after we scan the PDF or we scan the document, is basically under the unstructured data. And then the last one is the big data. It's defined by the volume, variety, and the velocity. So the next is the data aggregation system. So under the data aggregation system, they are divided into 3, which is the first one is the data mart, subject-oriented, subset for a specific community and department. The third one is the data warehouse, central organized aggregation of data. And the last one is the data lake, retain data in its original format, structured, semi-structured, or unstructured. So yeah, the fourth one.
So the fourth one is search and retrieval process. So for the search and retrieval process is finds document with specific words. Okay, such as Boolean search that use operators in bracket and not or to refine queries. So the faceted search guide navigation uses metadata field to allow users to filter and refine result. In the full text search, which is that used to compare every word in the document, searching unstructured data. So for the enterprise search, in bracket inside engine to provide organized, secure retrieval across multiple repositories. For searching semi-structured data, they use XML in bracket extensive markup language, labels content to increase search precision. And last is semantic search that returns result based on understanding the meaning and context of words.
Okay, the last but not least, our last subtopic, which is the metadata and the metadata standard. So metadata is the definition of the metadata is the structured information that describe, explain, locates, or manage a resource. So metadata framework components, schema, vocabulary, conceptual model, content standard, and encoding. For example, is XML. And then they got also the Dublin Core and international standard ISO under 15838 2019 with the 15 elements for resource description and cataloging. And then the types of metadata is descriptive, describe the intellectual content, for example title, author, and the keywords. The second one is the structural, describe the physical, logical structure and relationship between the parts for navigation. And last but not least is the administrative, state creation details, file types, technical info, and access right. So the rights management metadata and the preservation data. So that's all for the topic 5. We make it simple, understanding, and more for us to understanding, and helps us during the final test.
That's all from us.
Thank you.
So NET is the key function of Electronic Records Management System, ERMS. First, capture and ingestion is enable the systematic capture of electronic records and use automated capture mechanism to streamline the ingestion process. NET is the classification and metadata, allow user to classify electronic records based on defined taxonomies or metadata schemas, thus provide essential context about the record, such as the record type, creator, creation date, and retention period. Third is the retention and disposal. It helps organizations enforce retention policies by managing the life cycle of electronic records. They automate record retention schedules, enable secure destruction or transfer of records at the end of their retention periods. Fourth is the security and access control. ERMS incorporate robust security features to protect electronic records from unauthorized access, tampering, or deletion. And lastly is the search and retrieval. ERMS offer advanced search capability to quickly locate and retrieve electronic records based on metadata, full text search, or other criteria for decision making.
First, SharePoint is a collaboration and also a document management platform that helps organizations create, store, and also manage electronic records, such as documents and email, in a structured and also complement way. Second is record management in the cloud. that applies record management principles to record stored in cloud environments. It offers benefits like scalability, easy access, and also reduced costs. And lastly is planning and managing an electronic record management program. It requires careful planning to ensure records are properly managed and throughout their life cycle. That's all from us. Thank you.